Congress adjourned for the holiday weekend without reaching a deal to raise the debt ceiling. Local nonprofits say if Congress doesn't act soon, it could be catastrophic for organizations who help families in need and veterans and military members who rely on government paychecks.
CBS 8's Abby Black is live inside the Feeding San Diego warehouse with the impact this is having on food banks. Abby?
Jesse and Marcella, CBS 8 is a proud partner with Feeding San Diego, and the volunteers shift, the 6 o'clock shift, just started. I'm going to step out of the way, and you can see that they are busy working into the night to make sure that no family goes hungry. But if they fear that if Congress doesn't act, that need could grow during a time when they face a drop in donations. As Feeding San Diego volunteers work to move and unload pallets of produce, they may have a hard time refilling shelves if Congress doesn't come up with a plan to pay its bills.
This could be just catastrophic on top of what hunger relief organizations have already been facing with drops in donations because of inflation.
Carissa Casars works for Feeding San Diego and says while donations have gone down, meal distributions have not. Pre-pandemic, they say volunteers packed 26 million meals in 2019. Last year, it was 35 million meals. For families who rely on government paychecks, such as veterans and active duty military, they may be forced to turn to food banks for help.
You see avocados and watermelon and, just fresh produce. And yeah, we may have to provide less of that to people if we're seeing a huge spike in people coming to our food distributions.
The Armed Services of YMCA has faced government shutdowns before. They sent CBS 8 a statement. In part, it says if it has to extend food pantry hours to support its military families, it will. All of this is happening during a time when pandemic funding ended for CalFresh recipients, which is the state's food stamp program. For some families, their monthly stipend went from $281 to just $23 a month.
This is the worst possible time for something like this to be happening to people who are working people just trying to put food on the table, keep their kids fed, going to school, and who might even be working multiple jobs to try to pay for some of this cost of living increase that's been going on in San Diego.
The food bank says despite this potential hardship, they're committed to moving around food and hope the government can move around enough money to help families overcome food insecurity.
And we really need the support of our government to help create, some stability.
Feeding San Diego says only about 5% of its funding comes from the government, so if a debt ceiling deal is not reached, it wouldn't impact their budget drastically. What they really need right now, Jesse, is donations.
The shutdown looming, donations are going to be critical at some point very soon, probably. So how can people help if they want to?
Jesse, the Feeding San Diego says what's really important is that monetary donations. They say that they can really stretch a dollar. Say a can of beans costs about $1.50, but if you were to donate just $1, that would provide 2 meals. So to learn more about donations and how you can volunteer with Feeding San Diego, go to our website, cbs8.com. Jesse?
All right, Abby Black live for us tonight. Abby, thank you.